Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special episode of Off the Wall with Pete and Preston. This time, we're going on the wall. This is a very serious conversation I want to have with one of the most respected Disney creators that we have in our community. And I wanted to take the time to welcome you tonight to this special interview with Tonya from That Crazy Disney Lady. Special thank you to the Live Place for hosting Disney Innovators Off the Wall tonight. Please check them out here on YouTube and online at theliveplace.com. They are your guide for quality viewing every day. I want to thank my partner channels, Myers and the Mouse and Dole Whip Dad. We go live every Thursday night with the NFL Watch Party, discussing the NFL game that night and college and a little Disney too. It's tremendous support to us if you would hit that like button. Let YouTube know you're enjoying this broadcast. If you're new to our channel, welcome to the chaos that is the toy box in our backyard. Please assure you subscribe before leaving to be alerted on all future programming from my guest tonight and us if you're enjoying the format. Tonight's show will be a little different than our normal format. With all the negativity found in the recent press surrounding our guests in the last 10 days, I felt it was important to support her and give her a platform to speak her side of the story and talk about all the positive things she brings to our community with her channel and the friendship she's made. More importantly, I want to take the time to discuss with her the fun content that she brings to our lives every day through all our social media platforms. I didn't feel it was appropriate at this time to be asking whimsical and often ridiculous questions to a woman that I respect for the Disney content she brings tonight. Rest assured, I will be asking Tonya at the end of our night to please come back at a later date when we can get her to have her on the Off the Wall show and go a little crazy with her together. She has a YouTube channel that she's had since September of 2018 and currently has 11.4 thousand subscribers and 835,769 video views. She is prominent on Instagram with 4,259 followers and has a Facebook page of 2,053 and growing. Phone lines will open up momentarily for our fans to ask questions to our guests. Please be patient. I will monitor the chat through the evening, and if anyone has any questions, we will try to get them with our guests. With that said, let's start our magical journey. Our guest first went to Disney in 2004, and she's prominently known as her channel describes. Please welcome That Crazy Disney Lady to our channel. Tonya, welcome.
Hi. So nice to meet you, Pete.
It is nice to meet you. And for those, I wanted to start off by saying that Tonya and I honestly don't know each other. We've chatted a little bit on Instagram. I've watched her for quite a bit doing her channel and having fun and being respected in the community. And when I saw everything that was going on to her, I reached out and said, hey, I want to provide you a platform where you can talk about the little bit that happened with that, but more importantly, all the fantastic things that you do. Because while the negativity...
So they're saying there's an echo. If there's an echo, I can put my headphones in if there's an echo.
There is a little bit of an echo.
Okay, let me fix that.
Okay.
Because that will be very uncomfortable through it.
I can't see. Hang tight, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Arjon's in the house. Donna, hello. So, Pete, I have to tell you. Oh, hold on one second.
Tanya's doing my chat for it. I love it. Tanya's doing my chat for it. I love it. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be with Tonya in just a second. We thank you for being here.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can. And there's no echo.
No echo. Are we good?
We are golden.
All right. It's been a while since I've been in this room here.
Thank you for coming on with us. So I was telling
everybody.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I think it's great that you're such a smiling face still as you've gone through, a challenging, I'd say, rough waves the last couple months, a couple weeks, I should say, with everything that's going on. And
it's not even been a week yet.
It seems like it's been longer.
So it happened last Saturday.
Okay, last Saturday.
Yeah, it's been, time flies, right, when you're having fun.
Okay. Well,
yeah. So I actually talked to Nick from Magical News Live a while back.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, Tonya, I was talking to Pete McDevitt. He wants you to come on his channel. He'd like to meet you and talk to you. I was on Nick's channel once.
Okay. Yep, you were very good on there. I watched you on there.
And so I was like, I don't even know who Pete is. And I looked you up and I was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to. And so I just want everybody to know that I am open to you asking me any questions about the incident that recently happened with Robin and I on the channel. But also, I just really wanted to come on here so I could get a chance to meet you, and
Yeah.
you know, and yeah. So
And
here we are.
I definitely want to do the off the wall format that we do at a later date with you, and we can discuss that at the end if we can get a time. But today wasn't the appropriate thing. Today was to talk about all the positivity that you bring to our community. And I've watched your channel for a while. You're always smiling. You're always having fun. You're always trying to do the right thing in the Disney eyes. I've never seen you be negative on any stream that you've been on, and the ones that I've watched. And we're not going to go deep into the incident tonight. If you're concerned about or confused on what it is, it was all over social media. Let me throw this out there just so everybody knows.
Yeah, for sure.
It went completely viral. Twitter was ridiculously off the hook. Tonya and Robin received death threats, which is absolutely ludicrous in my mind. It was picked up. This is just a few of who it was picked up by: Insider, Vice, Pirate and Princesses, which is a big Disney news thing, the Secret News, the Daily Dot, Yahoo Entertainment, Little Things, Explicita, Brinkware, Metro Burgers, which is out of the Netherlands, Index out of Russia, had the Associated Press has, and of course Inside Edition. And in a nutshell,
so let me just say, Pete, other than Unilad from the United Kingdom,
okay,
and the Daily Dot.
Well, yes, I had
those
that.
Are the only two of all of those news networks that you just listed, other than Inside Edition. Those are the only ones that actually reached out to me.
And that's what.
So they just went with a story that they didn't even know the facts about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually I went on West 2 News, which is the local news here in Orlando.
Yes,
and,
somebody put a link to that out. I saw it was great.
And briefly told a story to them, and I felt like they put the story out much more appropriately than any of the ones that you listed just now.
Right.
And then the next morning is when I got a phone call from Inside Edition, because they saw the story on West 2 News.
Right.
And I
woke up and hit. I always check the news. I always do Associated Press in the morning, and I woke up. And I was scrolling down. All of a sudden, I saw your face. I'm like, wait a minute. And I had to go back. And I was so disappointed in it. And then when I found out the truth from people that know you, that I trust, that gave me the real incident of what happened, which was basically in the synopsis that Robin had a little reaction to some peanuts or some almonds, I believe it was, that was in ice cream.
It was cashew sauce that was on the ice cream.
It was on the ice cream, which is transferable, and you do have a reaction to it. And basically, people took and put a clip together and made it look like they were trying to take coronavirus to the park. And first, I'll be the first person to stand here and say, based on the character references that I had from you when I did this channel and I reached out to people in our community, like Nick, like Resort TV One, Dole Whip Dad, just to name a few. The character references I got from you to bring you on the show were fantastic. Because one of the things about the show is we emphasize on community and the Disney community that we have, the power of positivity, the love and the friendships we have. I've become very good friends with one of your good friends, and that's Corey from Living in Diz, who I think a lot of and has been involved with our show. And I've met him through this Disney community. I would have never done it. So I'm happy to have you here tonight and to be able to talk with the community. And do you feel, as you've gone through this now, you've had obviously a week to get through this. I know at first it shook you up a lot. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I have a huge support group. My husband is very silent, but he's like my #1 fan, and he gave me a pep talk because it was almost something that made me say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do this anymore, And he was like, don't you dare. Like, don't you let these lies make you walk away from something that you love so much. And he gave me that pep talk, and the next day I was out in the park live streaming again. So
I'm so glad
you all can thank my husband for supporting me and telling me to get back out there with my head up and my shoulders back. So
how about some blue hearts for Tanya's husband in the chat?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? The community as a whole, as we put out there and we get to know, there's so many YouTubers that I've yet to even talk to that I want to bring on my crazy episode when we do it, like yourself, like Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow. I've already locked in Corey to be on later on as we go through the year, but you bring so much to the community, so much joy. You're always smiling in everything that I see you do. And it's one of the things I told my wife as I watched you. It was about a year ago that I first found you. I actually I laugh with Corey a lot because I tell him that I actually was watching her before I knew anything about you. So just to give him a hard time, but I think you have a beautiful smile and a beautiful personality. You're so caring for your friends. It had to be hard with you and Robin for you to have to go through this with her as she was challenged by all this.
Yeah, I have to say that was like something that put a lot of weight on my shoulders, because I'm always kind of like out front, and people say things sometimes about me and or make ugly comments. We call them trolls that come into the chat, and people will say things to me. But I didn't really like how people were being mean to Robin. Like, she's like the sweetest, kindest person. And, I just did. I felt like I needed to protect her, and even my mods. I was like, we're not going live tomorrow because you all shouldn't have to like spend your entire day having to deal with this. And I don't know, once I hit that live button, I don't know what's going to happen, like what's going to be out there, because the night that all that was happening, it was just constant. Like, we were just being trolled so hard by people coming into the chat and talking about me and talking about Robin. And I was just like trying to protect my mods. And
there were people on Twitter that have never seen you ever, that were making comments
don't even know me, never met me,
and it was just inappropriate and disappointing that in a world today where we need to find more positivity, more love, more happiness, like Tonya brings with her channel, not only to her channel, but to those who have got to know her, who speak extremely highly of her. And I look forward to getting to know you a little bit more over time. And as I'm down there visiting with friends, hopefully see you out in one of the parks and say hello.
I would love that, Pete. That would be so nice.
You did a great job protecting Robin. I think you handled this with incredible tact and class. I love the fact that you didn't go back onto Twitter and try to fight everyone. You just handled it the way you did. You went on to the right news sources and put your story out there. And I think more people are getting to know you and understand that this was just a complete abomination of news.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was telling everyone. I'm not going to go on Twitter and have some like Twitter battle with some people who don't even know me and would not even appreciate the words that I would say. I even deleted my Twitter account. Like, I don't even have Twitter anymore, because that's not a platform that I want to be a part of if it's going to be so chaotic. Like, it's not a very positive platform. I don't know. The few experiences that I've had with it. So I just deleted Twitter. I'm not even on there anymore. I never really used it to begin with. So,
right. Well, Tonya,
but yeah, I don't even know what's being said on there now, because I don't even go on there. I have no idea.
I wouldn't worry about any of that. With your success that you have with over 11,000 subscribers on YouTube and the amount of followers that you have on Instagram and your Facebook page, as you keep having the success, what you're having, because you're earning it, you're out there enjoying the parks, working hard, trying to bring content and happiness to people that aren't in Disney. You're going to have the negativity out there, the people who are jealous, the people who maybe say, I wish I would have done that. I should have had that idea. I should have done it before. Why didn't I do it? And they bring negativity. And I encourage you the same way. You and I haven't really talked a lot, but recently I went through a major challenge. I was stricken with an infection in my blood, and I had my leg amputated and my hand amputated, and I was out of the community for about 9 months. I was in a coma for a good part of it. And what got me through was in my mind, because my son was telling me that every Wednesday he was playing this and that, and every Thursday Corey Meets World, and every Friday Resort TV 1. And I truly believe part of, the fact of loving my family, this community helped me get out of it because of the power of positivity. So don't let that get you down. And I'm so glad your husband did that, because we're going to talk about some of the great content you have in just a minute, because I want to transition away from this negativity. I said 15 minutes. I'm actually at 17 on talking about the negative part. I want to move forward.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Well,
I think that you know, as long as we're talking about things and you know, there are negative things that happen that have to be discussed. That's just part
yes.
of life. But it's how we it's how we deal with it, you
Mhm.
know, like, and how we overcome things. And you have to tell the positivity part of it as well. I
Well,
mean,
you
you
weren't
you just
discussed.
had a huge challenge and you've overcome that and you're here.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Tonya, you and Robin weren't discussed. You were attacked. Okay. When you
oh
start
yeah.
talking about having death threats, that was a attack that was ridiculous. I appreciate we got 171 of you in here. Welcome to the chaos. It is my channel. This is the wonderful Tonya, that crazy Disney lady, and we're going to talk about her channel and everything in just a few minutes and going forward from there. I appreciate you being here. I guarantee you, one of the things that I talk about, Tonya, and I'm going to tell everybody here tonight, is I encourage you to go check out Tanya's channel. And I'm not telling you to go subscribe. I'm telling you to go check out her playlist, and you'll do what I did. You'll watch it, and you'll say, this is great. And you're going to subscribe and want alerts so you know about it. And I ask you to do the same with me. I don't want you to subscribe because I'm interviewing Tonya. I want you to subscribe because you look at the Disney innovators I interview every Thursday night, or you're an NFL fan and come in on our Thursday night Dole Whip Dad and Kelly Myers arguing about football show that we love to do, and you subscribe and stay in. And with that transition, Tonya, let's talk about your channel and some of the playlists and things that you do. You started, I love the story. You just one day kind of came up, I feel crazy, that kind of crazy Disney lady from watching things. Tell that story of how you came up with your channel name and your what you're going with, that crazy Disney lady. I love that little story.
Oh, so my channel name came from actually my sister. She always called me that crazy Disney lady.
Okay.
If I would, because I always went to Disney only on my vacations. And when I came back, I always came back with Disney gifts for everyone. And my sister would always say, oh boy, here comes that crazy Disney lady. She's bringing us Disney stuff again. And she
Nice.
would always say that. And I went home like for a visit since I moved here, because I've lived in Orlando for 4 years now. And I
Okay.
went home and she called me that crazy Disney lady again. And I was like, that is what I'm going to call myself on YouTube. So it
Well,
was my sister who came up with the name.
okay. Well, and those of you that are new, Tanya's logo is up in the corner there. I love her logo, standing in front of the castle. And I had to use it here tonight as we have her on. I saw Dreamer Deborah says she's a new subscriber to your channel. We thank you. I guarantee
Thank
you won't be
you.
disappointed over there. You will be fun. We are, the great thing about what I'm doing over here, Tonya, is that we're hopefully going to bring some new people to our community, because we're doing this NFL show and it's bringing a lot of people in that love football and then realize, hey, there's this Disney thing going over there. And we hope that they find you. And Dreamer Deborah is one of our subscribers, and I do love her. So I'm glad she found you, and you're going to love that. So you came up with the name for your, which is great, from a sibling to find out with the name. And
Yes.
you've been going now since September 2018 on YouTube. Is that your main platform, or do you find that Instagram and your Facebook stuff is bigger for you, or what is your main focus?
Oh, definitely. I would say YouTube is my main focus as far as the social media goes. Some friends and I do have like a annual pass holder page, and
Okay,
we've got over 40,000 members now.
that's
Like, it's
fantastic.
insane. It
I
grows and
subscribe.
grows and grows. So any Disney pass holders that are in the chat right now, if you all want a great group to join, we try to keep that as positive as possible.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
let
always,
me
I'll
give
be
you a
the first
compliment on
to
that.
admit, but we
I'm going to give you a compliment on that group. I subscribed to that when it first came out. I saw it, and I've been a part of that. And they give fantastic information. It's one of my favorite groups, and I didn't know until about, might have been 2 weeks ago. You did it. That was when you did the interview with Nick. I didn't know that you were affiliated with that until I saw the interview with Nick and said, "Oh wow, that's cool."
oh,
I've been subscribed to that for a long time, so it is very good. And I encourage, yes, if you're a pass holder,
we
go
have
check
a
it out.
lot of fun, and we try to keep you know, the we want it to actually be a group about Disney and people who love Disney. And I always say in the group, like, if you don't like Disney, number one, why are you a pass holder? And number
Right.
two, why are you part of a pass holder group that loves Disney? I don't understand that. But yeah, people come into the group and sometimes they're negative, but we always try to keep it really positive. We do really fun things in there. This past Christmas, my friend Jill, um, we did a Christmas card exchange. Over 800 people sent Christmas cards to one another, and
Okay.
she arranged it all. It was
That's
incredible.
fantastic. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
you wouldn't believe. I'm sure that my mailman was like throwing a fit because I had 700 Christmas cards coming in. We do a lot of giveaways. We've had trivia nights. We've done meetups. We had a 20,000 member meetup, a 30,000 member meetup, and we should be doing a 40,000 member meetup right now, but due to COVID-19, we can't all meet up in the parks, or any of that. So that's on hold for now. So yeah, the pass holder group is a lot of fun, but to answer your question, my main platform as that crazy Disney lady is YouTube.
Is YouTube. Okay. Stacy Rogers asked, with all the press coverage, has Tonya seen a subscriber count go up?
Yes, actually.
Good. That's
when
great.
all this started, I had 9,800 subscribers when all this started, and within 2 days, I was at 11,000 subscribers.
That's fantastic.
And now I have 11,400 subscribers in a week's time. I've gotten 2,000 subscribers.
And what I hope that you're blessed with that comes out of this, the positive that you can take from this at the end of the day, is I hope a lot of people found you and they support your channel because they wanted to find out what all this nonsense was, and then they realized, wow, this is pretty cool, and I do that. I see Surfer Girl just subscribed to you recently. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Mike Wheeler says he just sent me a message. I'll try to get to
Mike.
it. Mike's
Mike
great.
Doing? I love Mike Wheeler.
Did you happen to see what we were doing earlier with the recognition of the Muppet Badge of Honor? I don't know if you had a chance. I know you've had a lot going on. We took and I involved about 17 channels in our community, and we went through and they all nominated recognition of people that are supportive in the community, positive role models. There's so many great criteria, and we gave them a Muppet Badge of Honor. We gave out 21 of them just tonight. And if you haven't seen that show, maybe you get a chance to take a look at it, Tonya. And if you like what we did with it about the power of positivity and recognizing people in our community, we're doing another one in December, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of that. It is about love.
I would love to. Yeah, that sounds fabulous.
There's people that are in here tonight that were recognized with Muppet Badges of Honor. Some of them probably very familiar with you, some that you may not. But if you get a chance, check that show out, then I'd love to hear your feedback and where we go. But that's what
absolutely. I will check that out tonight.
Awesome. Mike Wheeler's put your link up there for you. We hope that you guys can go and check out Tonya. Here's Super Disney Fam. I love these guys. Very hysterical. They're in my chats all the time. We got to meet Tonya Robin a few weeks ago at Disney Springs. We had been watching her for a while, and we're subscribed with alerts on. We got an alert and said she was live from Disney Springs. That's awesome. And that's what it's about, getting to know people that follow you and enjoy you. Tonya, I know, I would assume, I shouldn't say I know, so I would assume from watching your channel that one of the things you really appreciate is getting to know people by name and being able to say hello to them.
Oh, that's like, I think that's what kind of I guess would be the foundation of my channel is I love people, and I love talking to people, getting to know their story. I love to know how people, their love for Disney, how did all that start? Like, did your parents bring you? Did they love Disney? Like, how did the whole your Disney love affair start? Just where do you live in the world? And, I don't know if you, I don't know how often you've watched the channel, but during quarantine, we actually had a connecting with episode where a few days out of the week, I was bringing viewers onto the live stream and getting to meet them face to face and hear their stories. So
that's fantastic. It was that was done by a couple YouTuber friends. Zippity Doodad, if you know him, he was also doing that. Same idea. Great minds think alike, is what I put it out there. And one of the things that I thought was Cheap Meal Food Cat, interesting name. I love it. Tonya made me a crazy Disney member. Her love for Disney is contagious, and Robin is awesome. Guys, I can't. That is a perfect comment. And Stacy has been putting Tonya's link up here quite often in the chat. I appreciate Stacy for doing that. And, please take a look at her channel. I guarantee you will end up subscribing to her channel. And Karen Cook wants, Stacy, if you have Tonya's Facebook pass holder page, put a link up for that. That would be appreciative if we could do that. One of the things that I thought was really cool is you guys have, and I got this, my source is good, but my source gave me a jagged answer because he was doing it quick. Tom Does Disney was telling me about you guys have a group of you that get together and go to one of the bars on property and just get together and just sit and talk and have fun. And it originally started out like a little meeting, and they've grown to be like hours at a time. Tell me about that.
That's so true. So Robin and I were streaming, and the park had closed up early. It was a Saturday, and we weren't quite ready to go home yet. And we were trying to figure out where we could go and what we could do to just continue the stream. And one of the viewers, Kristen, she said, you should go to Gasparilla's. It's 24 hours, and they have, so it's the quick service over at Grand Floridian. And that's how that whole thing started. We went over there, we got us a cupcake, and we sat down in the booth, and we just started talking, like with everybody. That's fantastic. It was like, I don't know, it was like so fantastic. Everybody just loved being, you can take them all over Disney World, the viewers. They want to see everything, but they also want to get to know you. Like they want to know you, Pete. When your viewers come on, they don't want to just get the content from you. They also like to get to know you as a person.
Yes.
And that's how I connected with all my viewers, like just from being really personal with them. And we laugh, and we just cut up, and we sat there and we talked for hours and hours and hours in this booth, just me and Robin. And from that point on, it became like, well, the next Saturday, Robin and I did that again. And then we kept doing that. And then more people would join us, and then more people would join us. I remember one night we had like 28 people in Gasparilla's, and it just started with me and Robin sitting there chit-chatting with people.
That's awesome.
Just the two of us. And now it's like it's a Saturday night thing that we do. We do late night chats. And Pete, you won't believe this, but we've sat there until 4:00 in the morning before.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just talking.
Your Facebook pass holder group is just under, what is the actual official name of it so they can find it?
Oh, yes. Let me help you with that. It's just Disney World annual pass holders.
Yeah, it's got the orange pass on there with Mickey Mouse, if I remember correctly.
No, not mine.
Not yours? It used to at one point.
Yes, it used to. But we updated it with our 20,000 member meetup photo.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you could see that.
That's awesome.
No, so that's me and the ladies, the four of us, and we just added a fifth admin. She's not in the picture right now, but because the group is growing so much, we had to add someone. But it's Disney World annual pass holders.
Okay, so my Donna or Stacy's going to go find that and put that link in there for us.
I know Donna's a member. Yeah, Donna's
awesome.
Thank you.
Donna's amazing. So David put a nice comment here, but anyone have a student who will be doing the Disney College program? Tonya is the hostess of a Proud Parent meet and greets while on CP. And I think that's great that you are a part of that. You're so active in the community. We have 166 watching. I commend everybody tonight for being positive and supporting Tonya. Although I didn't know Tonya personally, I felt like I knew what she was going through or understood. I couldn't relate, but I understood the challenges that this negativity was bringing. And I wanted to offer her the opportunity to come on. And I do want to do the crazy off the wall with you at some point. We do go a little ridiculous.
I'd love to. That'd be great.
Just make sure that you've checked out one of them beforehand.
I will. I definitely will.
Because
they don't call me that crazy Disney lady for nothing. Trust me. Well, I'm ready. I can do this.
when I threw it out there as, hey, I want to do this. I was talking to Nick one night. I was talking to Josh Resort TV1, Steve from Steve's World. I was like, I want to do it. I want to do an interview platform, but I want to do it completely ridiculous. And they said, oh, it's kind of neat. So we tell everybody that Sunday night's a little PG-13 but we stay Disney friendly. We stay clean, but we ask ridiculous questions. One question maybe is a hot dog a sandwich? The next question's I'll tell you this. Let me say this. I asked Walt from Mouse Talk. Do you know Mouse Talk?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Walt was
Walt
my
and
guest
Melissa,
tonight.
I know
Yep.
them.
Walt came on, and I asked Walt, please tell me, where is one ridiculous place that you've had whoopee in your life?
Yeah.
And Walt said, in the Sears dressing room. And I about fell out. So
darn, I missed that one. I'm definitely going to mess with him next time I see him. I'm going to ask him if he's been to Sears lately.
I asked him what app he used on his phone all the time, and several people put in the chat the Sears app. So it was great. We have a lot of fun, but we'll do that at a later date because I do want to do that with you. How are you? I'm sure you're putting this behind you now, kind of. You're in that process where you're moving on a little bit. Okay, good.
Yep. So after tonight, and I'm going to talk with Dole Whip Dad after I talk with you. I'm on his show next at 10 o'clock.
Make sure you tell him I'm a better interviewer.
Because he came on he actually had a whole show about this because he was fired up.
Oh yeah.
And the day that he went on talking about it, and I should say ranting about it, like he was so angry, I wasn't available. So I told him that tonight, if he wanted to ask me questions or anything, that I'd be happy to come on.
He's excited
because
about
I wasn't available that day. So after I talk with him tonight, I won't talk about it anymore. This will be
well, he is excited
because I have moved on.
He is one of my partner channels and a very good friend, and he is excited to talk with you. I'm gonna make sure that we're off on time for you to spend time with him. I did call him and let him know that we were going to do it. He endorsed it 100%. The day that he went on that rant, I was on there live, and I sent him a text saying, send me the link. And he thought we were talking about the link for you, for your show. I was trying to get on with him to calm him down because he was
fired up. Yeah.
He was, and fired up wasn't even the word. And Tonya, when I got him on the phone after the stream, I had to hear that 2.0 once again for about 10 minutes. And I agreed with him with everything that he was saying. And it was something that the best line that he said to me was, Pete, somebody was attacking my friend and it pissed me off.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I loved hearing that.
I went through every emotion, Pete. I went from, feeling very sad to feeling very apologetic, to feeling scared. I had my moments of anger where I just wanted to push the live button and just go off, and say some level 4 swear words.
Yes.
So I did go through every emotion because I could not believe this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited.
But yeah, we're gonna lay it to rest tonight for sure. I've already told my viewers that I've moved on from them.
Okay, so let's talk about you're doing live streams down from the parks, from downtown Disney. Are you doing anything other than Disney, or are you just staying in the Disney portfolio with your channel? What is your plan as you move forward with that crazy Disney lady?
I find myself always just wanting to be at Disney. I do go to other parks. I went to Universal when they opened because Disney hadn't opened yet. I went to SeaWorld when they opened. We even took a little trip to Legoland when they opened. But I'm a Disney girl, and that's where I'm happy. So now that Disney's open, I can't see myself being anywhere else right now. So whether it's Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom or Epcot or Hollywood Studios or Disney Springs or right here from my home, probably a lot of Disney coming at everybody. So
it's a good thing. I'm with you on it. I'm with you. I'm not a Universal person. When I go down, it's Disney only, and that's where I like to be. So thank you, everybody, again for being here. 165 friends here. If you haven't found Tonya and you're finding her for the first time tonight because of hearing it from my Twitter or the communications I put out, please take the time to go check her channel. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm asking you to check out her content. And what you're going to do is the same thing I did. You're going to end up subscribing and want to see more and enjoy that smiling face, that bubbling personality, bringing you Disney and seeing the love she has for what she's doing. And that's the great thing that I think you brought to me as a fan of yours, and enjoying watching you have fun and laugh and joke with your friends. I love the fact that you went from bubbly fun mode to protective mode to take care of Robin when things started going down. And I love the fact that shows, again, for your character, and that you are about the right things in this community. And I applaud you for that, for doing that.
Thank
Again,
you.
I got people asking. I am from Maryland, just so you know. Unfortunately, I don't live in Florida. And yes, we are going to have the Crazy Disney Lady back on. I am on bended knee, asking her to please join us. She said she would, which I'm
Yes,
glad.
I
I'm going
will.
to get with her later on. We'll pick a Sunday out that I've opened. I've been saving a couple of them because it's been kind of crazy. We started doing the show, and all of a sudden, I had people reaching out to me wanting to get on, which is great, but it's booking up quick. But I do want you on. And I encourage you to check out if you want to see some of the lists we have. We have some great creators, much like Tonya. I just bring credible people onto my channel, people that I believe in, and that's why I have you here tonight. As you move forward and you're working with your YouTube stuff, you're 11,000. Obviously, the big next goal would be 100,000. We just had Josh and Jenna get there recently. Mickey Views got there recently.
Isn't that incredible?
It's fantastic. Your biggest thing, if and when you get to that, and I think you will, Tanya. You keep doing the right thing. You're going to have people that come and love what you're doing. You get to hit to that goal. What do you think about? Do you think about family? Think about all the hard work you put in. What would be your thoughts if you get to that 100,000 plateau?
I honestly have no idea. I never thought that I would get to 10,000. Like, I was completely shocked. So if I ever got to 100,000, I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea. That's just craziness.
Well, I
But
can
who
tell you.
knows? You never know what could happen. Like I said, I never thought in a million years, like whenever I started this whole thing almost 2 years ago, that I would be at 10,000 subscribers. So,
Well, you're
but
doing
here we
fantastic.
are. So you never know.
We're trying to bring new people to the community by doing this NFL show on Thursdays. We talk NFL football. We watch the games live with Dad, and Myers and the Mouse. And we're trying to bring new people in that don't even know about our community. As big as Josh and Jenna are, I had 2 people send me direct messages the other day that they didn't even know this community existed. They came on because of football, and now they subscribe to them. So I'm going to have your this interview in my playlist with all the Disney innovators. And when we have you back again, that'll be in there. And I will be encouraging new people to come in and come take a look. And you will, again, be one of those people. And I thank you for the content you're bringing us. One TDL, this is great. This is a great line. TDL Sidekick says 100. We're going to need more mods.
Yes.
That's great.
That's
Great.
That's my side chick. You see his name? That crazy Disney lady, TCDL side chick. That's
I love it.
Christopher. He's
That's
a big part of my life. He's pretty awesome.
Your
And I
moderator.
would like to give a great big shout out right now to the Disney College program, because I see
Please.
a lot of parents in here tonight. So that's kind of like where this whole thing started for me, is whenever I moved here to Orlando because my daughter was in the Disney College program.
Okay.
That's how we moved here. That's not how my love for Disney started, but that's how I got relocated here.
Okay.
And,
Me too.
Heidi's here. Hi, Heidi. Good friend of mine, and she also mods for my channel. But I can see Donna's here, and Laura's here, and David T are here. Those are a bunch of the those are just some of the parents that are involved in the Disney College program. So if you guys have any children or yourself who would be interested in the college program, we have a Facebook group for that too. Lots of support.
Well, and that's a great thing. It's been challenging, obviously, with the COVID. Some challenges I've had in that. So, and I did have some people respond to me that, hey, I was in the college program. I know Tonya from that, which was, again, another thing that you bring to this community. And you also, with some of the negativity, one of the comments I saw that was ignorant on Twitter talked about the fact that you don't care about other people. Well, you were trying to bring COVID. Well, that's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
Anyone who knows me would just shake their head and walk away from that comment.
Yeah, I don't know you as well, but I knew enough from watching you. And as I went out and did my due diligence to try to find quality people to bring onto my show to talk about and endorse, so many people spoke of your character. And that was before this whole thing happened. So I don't want you to think it was just after. It was before. So I really appreciate I'm seeing a lot of people saying they subscribe tonight to Tonya. That's great.
Thank
I appreciate
you
you supporting her. Please, if you're subscribing to her and watching her, share her out on social media. Let more people in your community know about this young lady and what she and her friends are bringing, and bring more people to the community. As you talk about community, do you going out now? Do you feel nervous being out in the parks?
I did, Pete. I did. I felt so nervous because I saw Also, Pam Larson's here. She's also part of the college program. She didn't.
Nice.
She's like, I'm here too, Tonya. So hey, Pam.
Fantastic.
I got really, really nervous to go out because I noticed, and Robin's, I don't know if Robin's still on, but Robin and we went right back out. Like, we went out the next day because we were like, this is
Good.
absurd. Like, we're not sick. Are you kidding me? So we went back out, and we noticed people were taking our picture and pointing, and it was weird because I wasn't sure if, are they taking my picture and pointing because Disney lady, because people come up to me a lot and they'll say,
Right. They want a
hey,
picture
I
with you.
saw you at Magic Kingdom. I was too nervous to say hello. Or sometimes people will come up and say hello. Can I get a picture with you? So it was hard to know if they were looking at me and pointing and taking my picture because I'm that crazy Disney lady, or because they think I'm that crazy lady that's out spreading COVID-19 to everyone. You know, it was like a real awkward feeling for us.
Yeah.
For Robin and I both. And we heard later on, somebody messaged me and told me that they had a conversation with someone who saw us at Animal Kingdom going on the safari, and they waited for the next safari driver because they didn't want to be on the same car as us because they weren't sure if we were sick. I was like, that was just so sad. And then like all the comments that people would make on Instagram or message me privately, and Christopher, who runs my website, thatcrazydisneylady.com, he was getting bombarded with emails of people being so mean and calling us, you know, careless.
It's easy to do behind
I can't even tell you the words that people said. Like, I can't even, that's like a whole other show. That's X-rated.
I saw some of it on Twitter, and it was horrible. And I'm not highlighting it as people because I'm not paying them the respect that they didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not.
Yes,
we don't owe any of them an apology. We don't owe anybody an explanation. I've always said that if I say anything about it, it's because I'm talking to the audience that supports me, and I want them to know the truth, you know.
Well, you've got 11,000.
I don't owe anybody an explanation because,
Tonya, you've got 11,400 people, and I'm one of them that believe in you and are hoping that this is great to see you smiling. We want you to get over it and move on. And
I definitely have. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate that.
It's important. So as we wrap up here, and I'm wrapping up a few minutes early, about 9:50 or so with Tonya, because I want to give her a chance to just get a quick drink before she goes on with Dad. We really appreciate everybody that was in the chat here tonight. 169 still watching. If you're new to Tonya, please take the time to check her out. Let's talk for a second about you're basically doing a lot of live streams. Do you have any set schedules? Are you going back to the Saturday things? Is there anything that we can tell the community here about, hey, look for Tonya on these days other than the general live streaming you're doing?
Okay, so for this week, I am going to be live Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember. I sent it all to, let's see what I said here. So tomorrow I'm going to be live at Hollywood Studios, and Tuesday I'm going to be live at Magic Kingdom. Thursday I'm going to be live from home. Every week we're going to still continue doing the home streams where we're talking with people. Robin and I will be doing that on Thursday nights.
Okay.
And then Saturdays are back. And this Saturday we're at Epcot. So that's the schedule for this week. I'll be able to see you all 4 times this week.
That's awesome.
And then starting next week, we're going to go back to our pre-COVID-19 schedule, and we're going to be doing Tuesday mornings, Wednesday nights, and Saturdays. So those will be the out there live streams.
Okay.
And then the only thing that we've added is Thursday nights from home. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What I'm going to do at the end of all my shows, I highlight the channels that are active in the community doing great things. I'm going to just highlight the fact that people need to check you out, that you have a consistent schedule, and that way. And Thursday nights, you're now from home. What time are you doing that Thursday nights?
8 o'clock, just
8
like we
o'clock.
did every single night during quarantine. We went live every day at 8
I'm going to add
p.m.
you to the Thursday night schedule. I'll put you on there and highlight that one show for you. You're on before us, which is great. Hopefully some of your friends that are football fans will come over after they watch you and enjoy us. We had a great question from Amy, AJC Magic TV. Did any Disney personnel reach out to you? You don't have to answer that if you don't like, but I
No.
figured I'd answer. No? That's
No.
disappointing in the big picture. That's the one thing I would say is disappointing. So as we wrap up here tonight, Tonya, I always throw it out for a final thought to my guests before I do a quick wrap up. Tonya, final thought tonight?
So I guess what the only thing I would say is we've learned a lot of lessons through this. Like I have learned. Also, I do want to say this. I live streamed for the first time again. When was it? From Magic Kingdom, we did a 10,000 subscriber kind of like a celebration, and we did 10 random acts of kindness.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that day whenever I went live again for the first time since this happened, and I felt like I couldn't be myself because I felt like I'm under a microscope, and everything that I say is going to be taken out of context somehow. Like I couldn't be myself anymore, and I don't want to feel that way. So, basically, lessons learned are to, number one, Robin, we're always going to make sure 100% before she tries anything that there's no nuts.
Right.
That's the number one thing.
Number one, yeah.
And number two, if anything like that ever happened again, I would just end the stream, period. We won't even keep it live. And, I don't know. That's the only thing we did wrong that I could, after picking it apart, I don't feel like we did anything wrong. Probably shouldn't discuss any of the medical part of it on the live stream. So there were some lessons learned here. And I don't know. I'm just going to it's just really going to be hard for me to be as open as I've always been. And I didn't like feeling that way. So just bear with me a little bit, while I'm trying to get back out there and figure out, I don't like feeling like, it's almost like, if you're in a fishbowl, there's a Kenny Chesney song, we're in a fishbowl and everybody's watching us. And I feel like now everybody's just going to watch and judge every little thing that I do and every little thing that I say. And now I just can't be me, and that's very unfortunate because I like who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Tonya, I don't want you to change. I want you to find that again. You've got an army of people behind you. And I've met some of them through chat. Some of them were kind enough to say they subscribed to me tonight because of you, which was just unbelievable. And I thank you for that. I realize in this big picture, Tonya, you're the bigger player. But first I want to say to you, on the back wall there, you have Cinderella. And I want you to know,
she's my favorite.
Well, I want you to know from my standpoint and our community, you are our Cinderella. You're wearing the glass slipper right now, and we are behind you. And
wow, those are some big words, Pete. Thank you for that.
Well, you found your.
You don't know, my head just swelled up right there.
Okay. You know what? You deserve some positivity coming your way. You found the prince in your husband who has stood behind you. I love the fact that he has pushed you to come back out there. And, I'll sum up my closing. I'll do a small closing like I do, and I want a minute or two with Tonya backstage before she goes over to Jeff. First, I want to thank you for trusting me with your platform tonight. It means the world to me that you did. I hope that you all understand what a great person was really treated wrongly, and we have a better understanding all the way that around. Please take the time.
Pete, I really appreciate you having me tonight, and I would like to be able to talk to you more. I've never met you, and this is the first time I've ever talked to you. And
maybe
I've heard nothing but good things about you. So
thank you.
I really look forward to getting to know you better.
Well, when one of the nights that you're home and slow, you can send me a note. And I'm always around pretty much. We can just chat ourselves for a little bit and get to know each other a little bit more. I would like that myself very much. Please take the time to check out Tonya's channel. It is that crazy Disney lady. Subscribe to her. once you see the content because you're going to like it and you're going to want to come back for more. Trust me. Follow her on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. She's all over those. You'll find hours of playlists of fun fill to watch for all of your Disney loves. On your way out, if you enjoyed my show tonight, or you saw Mouse Talk or the Muppet Show that we did tonight, and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to me and you'll know about all the future things that we have going. Next week, I have Prince Charming Dev as my guest in the hot seat, which will be a lot of fun.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Dev's one of my good friends, and I'm looking forward to him being on the show with us. So you can check us out on Twitter and Instagram as well. And we do have a mailing list now. They have a post office box so that my son can get mail because everybody was asking. So we want to remind you of key programming through the week. Tonya's on many times next week. You can get the alerts to know about her. Monday night, Triple P, Steve's World, Mickey's Magic Meg, great watching. Tuesday, Zippity Doodad, Viacre Project, and LBV TV. Wednesday nights, This and That. Thursdays, we got a new edition. Tonya's at home talking with everybody, which is great. You got Living with Diz. Corey's also going that night. You got Corey's Meet World going that night. And at the end of the night, if you love football, myself, Dole Whip Dad, Myers and the Mouse talking about the NFL every Thursday night. Friday is Rob Fuzz Live, and Resort TV 1 is Must See TV. We love those guys. Saturday finishes out the week with Disney World Freak, Mouse Talk, and the Shep family. We want to support Magical News Live, much like Tonya going live. He is live many times this coming week and all over the place. We all love Nick. He was selected with a Muppet Badge of Honor tonight. And, of course, our friends Josh and Taylor at the WW couple have been doing a lot more live streams because they've been busy with work. So check them out. Walt Disney once said to everybody, my greatest reward is I think that I was able to build this wonderful organization, to have the public appreciate it, accept it, and be behind me all these years. This was my greatest reward. Well, I always tell Walt, mission accomplished. And for us, we have this incredible community of Disney supporters, of positivity, love, of Disney and each other.
That's so true.
Yep. And I always close, Tonya, with this final thought. The world's a better place when you put a smile on someone's face. Hopefully, talking with Tonya, we were able to do that for her. And we did that for you, watching us here tonight. For my producer, Preston, who's my 13-year-old son who disappeared tonight, and myself, and the lovely That Crazy Disney lady, don't be a stranger. Don't be alone. Just be Goofy, Donald, or Mickey. Good night, everybody.
That's right. Good night.
Good night. Let me end it. And wait for the button.